Record and a
Record.
five. Oh God, that was fast.
Ah, hey.
We really kicked on quick. All right, tonight it's another big time Drankster Fake to the Booger Nose production coming at you. We got Russell Craigie. He twists, he shouts, he
My knee
pouts.
doesn't hurt.
No, and then we got our real twister, Joe Morgan,
That's
twisting his
right.
knee,
That's right.
twisting your perceptions. He'll flip you for real.
All the way
Can
out
you
of the
hear me in the
socket.
back?
He'll flip you.
Say it louder.
Yeah. Flip you for real.
For real.
Can you
This
hear me in the
lassie
back?
got
All right,
glassed.
we're not,
Nobody leaves.
we find out which court did it. That's not what we're talking about, though. But we are in 1996 again.
Again,
What a
1996. We
year.
keep coming back. We keep coming back.
There was just so much going on. And in the summer of 1996, there was a movie that could not be seen enough times in the movie theaters, and it was Twister,
The Nutty Professor.
starring Prince. Oh no. The Nutty Professor. Is that the movie we did? I got no notes for Nutty Professor. But Twister had like eight pages of John DeBont.
Wait. Let get
Yeah,
chance.
John DeBont.
Give Russ a chance. He can Google Nutty Professor. We can totally
I got
shift
this show
gears.
covered.
Right?
Ben, thanks for doing the intro. I'm your host, Russell Craigie, and I'll be reviewing 1996's The Nutty Professor, starring Eddie Murphy and
Yeah.
a bag of dicks.
That's
Joe, what movie did you watch from 96? We're just gonna
We're just off the rails, right? Fuck all of it.
Absolutely. I mean, from the start of
House
the
of a
movie, for
Thousand
me,
Corpses?
before I
I
even
mean-
hit play, Kelly is giving this movie an F, as in, why the fuck are you making me watch this?
What?
Yeah, does not a fan. Says it's what is it? It's Titanic of natural disaster films. She says it's just like watching Titanic.
Really?
I want to argue, but I find it hard.
I don't know if I could. I don't know if I can see the corollary there.
How many lulls did you have in this movie? Were there a few?
At least a handful. You know, like
No,
more
and then
more than
Yes.
three, but less than five.
I think
Okay.
it's
Are you laughing
I
at
think
the
it's
movie or
five.
with the movie?
at the movie.
Depends on the lull. Both.
Okay.
My first lull was her dad dying, so I was definitely laughing at the movie. That's so.
Yeah, what kind of idiot
See, when he
holds
gets-
on to the door?
And he just
No,
keeps
dude.
saying, I can't
Go
hold
and
it.
go hold on to your kids. You
I can't
fucking
hold
idiot.
it. I can't hold it. So you draw back into. I mean,
Hold
like,
it.
let's just talk physics for a second. All right.
Hey,
This is my biggest complaint with this movie
Accurate.
across the board. Is let's just talk physics before we even get to the rate it and grade it. Now you were cutting in and out, Ben. So fuck you. I'm just gonna keep talking.
Okay, go
Ben,
ahead.
Your mic's messing up.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
The door comes off. They got sucked out like a $2 hooky or on Easy Street, right? I mean, like friggin', they're like
Suck zone.
they were in the suck zone.
They were
This
in the suck
sucks.
zone.
They were in the suck zone. Anyway,
Speaking of which, that brings me to my first question. Russ, where is the suck zone in Napa?
The suck zone? I guess it depends on what your definition of suck zone is. Is it like something you want to go to or something you don't? Because
It depends on how many beers you've had.
I mean, fuck it, right? Oh no, that's right. The lightning strike was my first lull. The dad dying was the second. Just out of nowhere, the lightning strikes and causes this big fucking explosion next to their house. This movie's silly as shit. It really took me back though to watching it in the theater, especially after all the night scenes to start it out, and then they hit that field, that big bright change. Like I remember being in the movie theater and that field coming up, and you could see everybody around you. It was definitely a sense memory for me for that scene coming over. And then, of course, Bill Paxton, R.I.P. Jamie Gertz so much it hurts.
Have either of you been in a tornado?
Yeah, all the
I
time.
mean, at the fair, they've got that ride called the Tornado. And yeah, I've done that.
All right. So my youth, I was raised in Wyoming in my youth.
Back at the
And
turn of the century.
at the turn of the century, back before people had like cell phones and internet and
Back
you
when
know,
their knees
Well,
gave out. Oh,
back
what am I
back
gonna do about my knees, Charlie
before
Murphy?
before computers, before remote controls for TV. Uh, we lived on Indian paintbrush in Wyoming, and that house specifically had one of you guys has got your speaker turned up way loud, and I'm getting some wicked feedback.
Wicked feedback. It's wicked pissa.
But it had a tornado cellar in it with no windows and a single door that closed from the inside. And I remember 2 distinct times in my life that we were in that tornado cellar as a tornado formed above the house.
What did you do about capturing the data to further the tornado warnings? Anything?
I was like 5, dickhead. I didn't do shit.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
I did what my
did
mom
you
told me to
help?
do.
Good job.
Did you hold on to your dad to make sure he didn't float away?
No, because we were in a proper tornado cellar that had no windows or doors that opened externally. It opened inside and closed into the jam. Right. So like couldn't get stuck
Toby!
open. Crazy. I know.
Toby! Let's just yell for the fucking dog. Give me a break. All right. Before
So,
we get
wait.
too much further into it,
Before I
Russ, you
forget.
watched this movie twice in a year. You must love it. Let's hear about it. Rate it and grade it.
This movie is a bad movie. But
great opener.
All right.
I
So far,
I've
I'm
always
with
had
you.
a soft spot for it. It's entertaining to you're with me. So far he's with me. It's entertaining. I probably watch it like once every 3 to 4 years or something. And
Fucking crazy.
it always reminds me of my mom. She loved this movie.
Oh.
She also loved
Oh.
Dante's Peak.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I still remember the grandma jumping off the boat in Dante's Peak and having her legs burn off because the lake was made out of acid. Anyways, this movie is a C minus, but it's like my favorite C minus.
Wow.
Okay. All right. I'm sure we'll get into that.
Yeah,
Joe, what do
it's
you
fun
got?
to watch.
I mean, for me, this movie's forever inextricably intertwined with the Van Halen tour of 1996.
That's what makes us.
I stood in line at an actual physical Ticketmaster location back when you had to actually like show up in person.
Was it
And
the video store on Jackson and Fairfield?
Absolutely, it was. I was pretty sure because I bought your ticket for you that time too. We went to that concert together.
Lollapalooza tickets. Red Hot Chili Peppers got there. Absolutely, many lines for tickets.
Yes, and Humans Beings fucking loved that fucking song. It was Best of Van Halen Volume 1. I believe, and the internet will double check me, it was probably the last tour that Sammy Hagar did with Van Halen. I think they separated after that. Anyways,
Sign
long
the
story short,
papers.
it's a fun fucking movie, dude. Like the acting is the characters are fun
No,
for
it was 2004. Sorry.
the context of what it is. I would say it's a B. It's a solid B. I enjoyed
Oh,
it.
wow.
In the movie theaters, I don't know. I didn't have a chance to do the research because single dad, bum leg, and all that fun shit. But I'm pretty sure that this is the year that a lot of the sound improvements came into the theaters, and it was incredibly immersive experience to go see this movie in the theaters. Like they captured. Yeah, are you hearing the feedback, Russ? I'm hearing it.
Yeah, it's coming from Ben's computer, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
There's
probably.
no way. What are you talking about? All my settings are legit. They're too legit.
Too legit to quit. That's a
Too
whole nother
legit to
conversation.
quit. Hey, too legit.
B. What about for you,
Hey,
Ben?
you
A
are out
B,
of
a
your goddamn
B, a
mind.
B for Ben.
Wow.
Joe, I just gotta ask, like, before Ben gets to give his rating, like, when I watch other people give ratings, I feel like I rate similar to them. Like, I watch David Portnoy rate pizza, and you always gotta think, like, I gave another movie or another pizza this rating. And so, is this movie really as good as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood to you?
So again, for me, it's inextricably attached to my love and passion for Van Halen.
Okay.
And that time in my
wow.
life, the memories that I have, the standing in line, the song "Humans Being" specifically. Like I wasn't even a big a fan of a lot of the other Van Halen that was coming out at that time, but that song really spoke to me. The movie itself
Ah,
was at the time fun. I enjoyed it. Always loved Bill Paxton. Can't ever go
I
wrong with
mean,
Bill Paxton.
I guess to Russ's point, watching somebody else give a review, I'm gonna have to give it an A for Amos because Tori Amos has a song on this soundtrack as well. No, there's no fucking way. So this movie's got a lot of memories from when we watched it a bunch of times when it came out, but watching it now, it's it's ridiculously written. Doing Bill Paxton delivers the line about Dorothy when he's checking, it's the first one of its kind. And he does a little head. I was like, oh my fucking God. It's not a
Dude, but
good
it's
movie.
it's so nerd shit though. It's so nerd shit.
I mean, scientific fact. 100% you cannot dispute. No, it's all made up. Written not to bury the lead on the wad, but written by Michael Crichton. Yeah, that Michael Crichton.
Yeah,
So
no, it's
he's
all
the
nerd shit.
I'll give it a solid C. Uh, Joe, you had said something that I wanted to touch on, and I forget what it is because you talked so goddamn much.
It's a thing. It happens.
I forget what it was. Maybe it'll come back to me. Oh, it was something like a fun. The bass, the sound. This movie actually, fun fact, well known for blowing out the speakers in movie theaters because it had such a deep bass with all of the special effects.
Interesting.
It became notorious for blowing out the speakers in movie theaters.
So I was not wrong. This was a groundbreaker in the sound system in movie theaters. Excellent.
You know,
All right, now
Did
let's
no
talk
research.
about
Ben
noticed
validated my fun fact. I love it.
absolutely. What were you gonna say, Russ?
something I noticed while watching the movie. Yeah, let me talk. God damn it. What was I saying?
Fucking talk.
So I mean, the other day I went to the grocery store
Jesus.
and Russ
Oh my
texted me.
God.
No, seriously. Something talking about special effects. Something I noticed about this movie is the special effects on tornadoes. Not that hard because they hold up pretty well. And I know they probably weren't trying that hard. Right?
I find it interesting when the shit's falling out of the sky, the tractors, and then the house rolls and they drive through the house. Those are all actually practical effects. They dropped those tractors from helicopters. They actually rolled a house onto the road.
It was funny because I was watching this with my kids, and my son, my 13-year-old son, he says to me, he was like, "Oh, there's no way a truck goes through a house like that." I was like, "Fucking hide and watch, son." I was like, "You go through a house like that in a heartbeat." We had a long conversation about it. If you're ever kidnapped and you're trapped in a room and you can't get through the door, go through the wall.
Dude,
It's just drywall and 2x4s.
If you want a real life analogy or real life scenario to pull from for your son, just tell him Russ was working at Blockbuster one night and some dumb drunk woman who was in park about 5 to 10 feet away from the wall of Blockbuster accidentally put it in forward instead of reverse and drove through the wall and then drove away and didn't get caught by the police. But that's my fault for not getting.
Yeah, no, absolutely believable.
It
That
is your fault.
From a truck that
We still
was
need to have a discussion about that.
going maybe 35 miles an hour
By the way,
could go through that whole house.
My
Put
boss
that in low gear. We don't need to revisit that night anymore.
My boss showed up because I think he felt like some sense of like, the boss should show up in a time like
Just
this.
because I was in town, it was such a bad fucking idea.
He sticks his head in through this hole, this gaping hole, and he goes, "You guys okay?" And I said, "Yeah," because at this time, like, we'd kind of like been there for a minute. We figured out how we were gonna close up for the night. And he goes, "All right, well, it's a bit of a mess right here." And then he just leaves.
That sounds about right.
And then he just leaves. Right. That's fucking fantastic. Fuck yeah.
Well, I was very nervous because the police were there and I had been drinking for like 3 solid hours after leaving work that night. None of this really matters when it comes to Twister, though. So much ADR in this movie is pretty crazy. What were some of your favorite scenes? Do you have a favorite of the 8 tornadoes? Which one did you like the most?
The only one I found even
specific.
The only one I found.
Well, there's 8 of them.
The only one I found even remotely believable was the water spouts that caught them on the bridge.
Oh yeah, with the cow, that was so believable.
That was the only one I even remotely found believable of them surviving.
The only thing that could have made this movie even better. Like, in my head, this movie's a B+ to watch, but a C- on anything good. But I would give this movie an A+. If they made the cows also explode the same way the trucks did, that would have been awesome.
That would have been fucking awesome. I guess in the early stages of production, they had actually put in the zebras from Jumanji with Robin Williams instead of cows, and then they decided we got to do something a little more believable than the zebras. But those zebras from Jumanji were the placeholders. My big question: why, when they're doing all this chasing and they know they're not going to get in front of it, right? I know there's a few of them where it's like, oh, now we're in trouble. Why don't they just stop? Why don't they just put on the brakes and let it go wherever it's going rather than still driving with it?
I feel like that's actually the one part of the movie that they did well, which is chasing. Like I mean, I don't know if you guys have looked into it, but like, this is a thing. People actually do this, and chase tornadoes and people out there trying to find ways to increase response times and notifications and warning systems and all that stuff. They actually go out and do it. And I feel like they captured that part of it well. I feel like that's actually the only part that makes this movie worthwhile is the tie back into her backstory, the tie back into her aunt, Wakita or fucking whatever town it is that gets hit head
Wakita,
on.
you nailed it.
Um,
Oh,
you can't explain it. You can't explain it. You know, I mean, these people leave their jobs for 3, 4, 5 months at a time every year to go drive around in their shitty fucking rigs with their fucking externally wired sound systems.
Come on, dude. It's got to be way more like fucking Carrie Elway's team with all the new GMC.
I would guarantee you it's not, dude. I would guarantee you it's not. Nobody out there is sponsoring this shit. Nobody's out there paying somebody to go fucking die in a tornado.
Speaking of the ragtag vehicle group, back when you needed a map truck to help navigate,
roll your fucking maps, dude. Do not fold my fucking maps. All right. I'm that guy. Don't you fold my fucking maps.
Right. You got to roll them. Alan Ruck.
Guy hiding.
Love it. That's Cameron.
You're Cameron.
You're Cameron.
You're fucking Cameron. Don't call me Cameron. Fuck.
Fucking Cameron. The fajitas. I use the same thing to talk about burritos. How much destruction it's going to cause. What's a burrito on the food?
I ate that burrito. It's a F5.
Dude. F5. When they're like, yeah. The scene where she's like, oh, what's an F5 like? And everyone just gets so.
Has anybody seen an F5?
Serious.
Everybody gets quiet. Only one person. And it took her dad.
Everyone was having such a good time, and then just like
so fucking dumb.
Serious. I swear it's like Michael Bay directed this. And
I'm pretty sure he was tapped for it. You know, Spielberg actually executive produced it. Pretty cool.
Dude, every time they do the fucking breakfast at her aunt's house, it makes me want steak and eggs so fucking bad.
Yeah. Fun fact, Jan de Bont is the director of this movie. He is a stout vegan. Hated filming the scenes where everybody's eating the meat and eggs. Give me a fucking break, you little bastard.
Get over yourself, you fucking snowflake. The fuck.
Okay.
He's a millennial.
Thing I gotta say, I took some notes about things I want to say in the very first one before I forget to do it. Is this movie makes Oklahoma look like going to hell, because they're there for what, like less than a week.
This movie takes place in the span of 24 hours, except for her father's riding that twister. This movie takes place over 24 hours.
Riding the twister, what a politically correct way.
Yeah, like
he took that door, rode it like a surfboard.
Woohoo!
I once had to sit through a college production of Oklahoma, the play, and I can agree, it is hell.
But
people bitch about the friggin' earthquakes in California, which we just had one today. You know what? I'd take an earthquake any day over a fucking giant fucking finger of destruction from God sneaking up at me at night with no warning.
Sounds
one
pretty shitty.
Earthquake every 10 years, and even when you get it, it's like, is it gonna do anything? Usually not.
Broke some glass.
You guys want to know the Sonia minute? There's 2 of them.
Yep, let's do it.
2 Sonia minutes.
This is the Sonia.
It's probably just a minute, but so the first one, very first start of the movie, Sonia's grabbing me. We watched this movie literally like 4 months ago because it's free, and it's always free. That's the only reason I watch it. But
I bought it.
She's grabbing me.
Toby, what?
She's like, just Yeah, she's like, does something happen to Toby? And I'm like, just watch the movie. The beginning is sad.
Two
And she
by
goes,
four.
I'm not gonna watch it if something happens to Toby. And I go, all right, the beginning is sad, but Toby does not die. And she goes,
They drop a truck on that little
okay.
fucker.
And she watches it. She watches it.
Dad suddenly
like, she
grabs
goes,
his collar
"Oh,
as he
okay."
gets sucked into the fucking windstorm. Toby, no!
Dude,
Save
like-
This
me!
dog's dying too.
When the dad dies and flies away, she just did not give a shit. And
Yeah.
Toby, she was just like, I'm not gonna watch this movie.
Right.
And
Yeah, if
the
an animal's gonna
next
get hurt.
The next Sony minute is she's Helen Hunt gets on screen. She goes, did you know she came out as a lesbian? And I was like, no. And I Google it. If you Google Helen Hunt lesbian, you can kind of imagine what comes up, but nothing actually comes up that's related to reality. But Pornhub gives you a lot of results. Anyways,
Dude, with deepfake now, it's fucking ridiculous what they do. It's fucking gross. It's like, where are the fucking days of yonder with the real celebrity sex tapes? Now anybody can put their fucking face. It's gross. Anyway,
wait, I'm
did she
not
really
done.
though? She didn't, right? She didn't.
So she did.
She was with
So
Hank
Sonya's like,
Azaria for a
"No, no,
long
no."
time.
She goes, no, I'll prove it to you. She did this. God damn it. She
Pulls
did
up
this.
Pornhub.
She came out live in front of everybody on like an Academy Award. And she looks it up and she's like, yeah, look. And I'm like, honey, it would help if you looked up the real person. Sonia just was convinced that Helen Hunt and Jodie Foster were the same person. And they do look almost exactly the same.
It happens.
It's funny because somebody
It
when I was
happens.
watching
You get this
mentioned
dog
her,
out here?
her is that Jodie Foster. So yeah, no, totally 100% Helen Hunt. Yeah, Jodie Foster, almost the same person. All right, let's get into Twister, the nomenclature of Twister. Who would you guys say is the best chubby checker lookalike? Well known for his song The Twist. No? Okay. Can you do the twist?
What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, not with my knee like it is now, but
Well, you cannot. I do not advise that. All right, let me ask this. What's the highest RPM in a car you've ever hit?
6,700.
I don't know. In my Mustang, I really tried, but I don't remember that stuff. Who? Joe remembers.
I
Well,
do. I had a Honda S2000. I actually think probably the highest was 7,400. It redlined at 8.
Wow. So you almost got it there.
No, I mean I had it beyond that many
So,
times.
wait,
I
what?
almost died in that car like 4 times. That's why I sold
Yeah.
it.
Interesting. What else do I got for
With
Twister? Best
Ben?
joint roller, you know? Who's the best twister, you know? When you're talking about rolling up a J,
My
who can
ex-wife.
twist it the best?
My ex-wife. Argue with me. Tell me I'm wrong.
Nope. Thank you.
Conversation done. Move on.
Yep. Oh,
It's
This
definitely
rock band days when the band was just getting going. Let's get in
Dude,
the
she would
wad, you
hold it for you while you were
fuckers.
doing the fucking drums, bro.
I'm
Fucker.
highly aware.
Dude, yes, no.
Highly aware.
Uh-huh.
Wait,
Let's
Rock
get into
Band?
the wad. Huh?
What?
Rock Band drums.
Who what?
Yeah, rock band
Is
drums.
my internet-
Nah, my ex-wife was the bomb, dude.
.com.
She was
bomb.com.
down for Rock Band.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was there in the
Rock Band one.
foundational days. Yep, the original days. Back when we
House
first
back
got
on Bell
started.
Street
Knowing
before
that-
the 2008 crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Knowing
were
that
back
is
there.
like-
We were in the
that's one of
shit,
those
man,
things
in Grenada.
That's one of those things that makes you feel old, or it makes me feel old. I never
Makes
even
me
got to
feel
meet her. Yet I had a lot of fun playing Rock Band. So,
Speaking of Rock
and it
Band, I
felt
got a
like not that
brand new
long
sound
ago.
system that replaced the one we blew up playing Rock Band.
Yeah, we really. I need to do
It
it.
needs to be exercised.
I love putting on
Bring your
shoulder to the
fucking
plow.
earplugs. Bring your fucking
Yeah.
earplugs.
Rock that shit out. Let's get into the wad. We got to get it out, but we're gone too long. Written by Michael Crichton. Yes, that Michael Crichton and Anne Marie Martin, who
Who the
was
fuck is
actually
that?
she was actually a pretty prolific 80s actress. She was married to Michael Crichton at the time. She was in Sledgehammer, which I had just brought up the other day when we were talking about Max Headroom. Good old Sledgehammer. All right, moving past the W. Directed by Jan de Bont. He's only got 6 director credits
Wait,
to
we
his
skipped the
name.
A and went straight to the D. All right, so the D must be
Well,
abbreviated. It's an abbreviated
we
D.
all thank you. We always do that because the A is so big compared to the D.
Right. We always got to dive deep in the A.
That's right. But Jan de Bont, 6
regardless of
directing
how short the D
credits.
is.
Right. I'm with you. Here we go. Okay. I told you to mute this fucking notification, you son of a bitch. Anyway, 6 movies. Are you ready?
Yep.
Speed,
Great.
Twister,
Fantastic.
Speed 2,
Not so good.
just god awful. The Haunting, sure, I'll give it to you. Laura Croft 2,
No, stop.
yep, and something called Boom and Topper something or other. 67 cinematographer credits though, so obviously he's got a little more skill there. And that's Jan de Bont. There he is. Did you guys have any fun facts about Jan de Bont?
I mean, his name's fun to say. Jan de Bont.
It is. It's almost like a euphemism for a sex act.
I mean, his
What's
first
up, Jan de
name,
Bont?
the first part of it is Jan, so you're already struggling out of the gate.
Right.
Jan.
It might be John. Might be Jan.
Could
It's spelled
be.
Jan.
Could be.
Like Jan Hooks or Jan from The Office, Jan Levinson.
Different countries. We're all middle-aged American white males, so we're probably fucking it up.
Yep. Well, let's debont the A here. Where you go? Helen Hunt. Originally was going to try acting under her original name, Kellen Cunt, but somebody was like, just change them to H's. They're like, just change both the K's to H's.
Dude, is that actually her name? Don't fuck with me now.
Of course, it's not her fucking name.
No, all right.
Of course, it's not her name.
I'm gonna Google it.
Helen Hunt. What do you think of besides Jodie Foster when you think of Helen Hunt? As good as it gets? You are correct. What else?
That's a good movie.
As good as it
actually
gets is my favorite romantic comedy.
Is it?
Yeah, dude.
Good for you.
When Jack Nicholson explains how he writes women so well, and he says, I think of a man and I take away all reason and logic.
You're not wrong.
I like that.
Now, see, but that's Jack Nicholson framing the role of her in that movie. Is that necessarily her best movie?
No,
I don't know.
She's on Mad About You for many years.
Castaway. What
Castaway,
women want.
you know,
what women want.
Awful fucking movie. I saw that in the theater and I felt like I was violated. Like somebody I could point to a doll. That movie was fucking awful. I always kind of
it's fucking great.
Recast her in Castaway. I don't know.
I mean, her best acting is probably in A Good Woman, right?
Good Woman?
All right.
Is that a Jodie Foster film?
Nope, that is Helen Hunt.
No, I don't know that movie.
I don't know that one either.
Why? It was all over Blockbuster. We had to stock it all the time.
All the time. People were renting the shit out of it.
It's 2004. It was up there in the G's nonstop. Had to touch the G's for Helen Hunt. Had to touch
Oh,
Helen Hunt's G.
geez. So you were often touching Helen Hunt's G spot in 04.
She's
All right, I
definitely not
gotcha.
equipped with G's.
I had to open that case and see if there was a circle in it, and then close that case, lock it up.
And then slide the lock in. Bill Paxton, R.I.P. Very sad. Died in 2017. Love him. I mean, we just did Aliens. What do you not like Bill Paxton from? This is actually the second movie he did with Helen Hunt. First one, Next to Kin, with Liam Neeson and Patrick Swayze. I've seen that movie so many times. Last time I watched it, it made me laugh how every time you see a car pulling away, they do the tire screech noise. It's like, dude, the tire, yeah, that car is not peeling out right now. Let's talk about Frailty, a movie we probably need to cover on this show because it's fucking great. Him and McConaughey in that movie are dynamic.
Speaking of McConaughey, you know what else came out in 96?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
A Time to Kill. You guys remember that movie?
Oh, right.
That is...
Cried on cue and got the Oscar.
Yeah, that's the first time McConaughey showed that he was more than just a romantic comedy.
Yes, they deserve to die.
McConaughey
Hope to burn in hell.
McConaughey is incredibly talented.
I've said that for years. Don't you fucking challenge me on McConaughey.
Did we do Gold? Did we do Gold yet? I want to do Gold.
That wasn't
Of
1996.
all the things they give Oscars for, are you surprised he won it for acting?
Not at all. Not at all.
Highly recommend the Between Two Ferns with him and Zach Galifianakis. One of the funniest ones.
Is that guy always
okay.
acting? Because I feel like his Lincoln commercials and him as Wild Turkey spokesman and stuff. Like, does this guy ever stop just being a character? Anyways.
I mean, when you're getting the paychecks that he has, would you?
No, bro, that guy is 100% authentic.
Yeah, no,
it's fucking crazy.
Are you kidding me? No, yeah.
When he first joined Wild Turkey's team, their whole like marketing video was just the story of him becoming the marketing director for them. And it was just like, I just really wanted to do this, and I searched to do it, and I introduced myself to the family, and they wanted to pay me more, and I was like, nah, I just want to be the marketing director like a normal person, and blah blah blah. And
like, anyways, can you just do a commercial with your shirt off?
As much as I love Matthew McConaughey, like he is genuinely like the man's man.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like I mean he could have exploited all of his je ne sais quoi into a ridiculous, just absolute persona in Hollywood that could have netted him millions. And he's an incredibly talented actor who brings it. He gives back to the community. I mean, Matthew McConaughey is the bomb. Love that guy.
All right. He is great. See what I did there? No, none of you caught that shit. But he's no Carrie Elways, a third scientist chasing twisters. Insanity. But he brought it as the evil outside nightcrawler douchebag.
That guy's creepy. He's just fucking creepy, bro.
Ben, are you saving Philip Seymour Hoffman for last?
No, he's right in the middle.
We aren't in the middle yet?
Yeah, no, Philip Seymour Hoffman's like right in the middle of the A. Like he's deep in the A.
I mean, he's technically ashes,
dude,
so
it's a
I mean, he's starting.
What a dick.
Sad.
Thanks to Rob the fucking
Jamie Gertz, Lost Boys. Anybody?
Yeah.
This movie really did not showcase her talents. I felt like she was the comic relief as the reproductive therapist giving fucking sex advice in the back of a truck chasing
Dude,
a
but how great
tornado.
was that? Like how contextually, how great
Mm.
was that? Right? Like you're
Mm.
you're trying to be a professional. You're discovering this part about this man who's proposed to you, who's not really over his ex, and is all in the fucking mix of what his actual passion is. He fucking does dumbass, lame fucking weather reports, and you come out to sign the final paperwork on your divorce thing, and you get sucked into being in a fucking F5 tornado. I mean,
She
dude,
left before
she
the
did
F5.
great.
But
She did
he
great.
wanted it. He totally wanted it. He wanted her the whole time.
Yep, agreed. He was like,
Me,
oh, I got to get rid of
Joe.
Helen Hunt because this sex therapist is supposed to be doing the roadhead, and Helen Hunt's fucking all that up.
By the
Philip Seymour
way,
Hoffman.
Yeah, but who's really giving him the roadhead, right? Like, I mean, do you see
Neither of
Melissa
them.
giving him the
Where?
roadhead?
Hey, and where is
hey,
the? I mean, Suck
We-
Dude,
Zone has said some
it didn't
times
come
this
up in this movie, but believe
movie,
me,
Mr.
that friggin'
P.
Helen Hunt is giving him the roadhead. Like
No,
when
we
he's not
should-
driving into a dumbass ditch that they can't get out of.
we should talk about Amy Gertz a little bit. Just in her.
Okay, Jamie Gertz, Lost Boys, baby, star. Come on.
Shut
Right.
up,
Solar
Ben.
Babies?
I want to talk about what Joe was talking about.
I love
Okay.
you, Russ. There we go.
So, like, honestly, Melissa was awesome. Who else follows their idiot husband into tornadoes and just tries to do their job on the world's first cell phone and just is totally supportive of all his stupid friends and like she's got a bigwig job and is
Dude, she put up with Philip Seymour Hoffman like ridiculous. Like into the suck zone, baby. Into the suck zone.
She was
And
just
she
an
sees his
awesome-
outbursts.
She was an
Right?
awesome person who honestly you should be married to. Helen Hunt is
Well-
that disaster that you want to fix. I've been in that situation. I used to like girls that you want to fix. Helen Hunt is
Right.
the one you get
Doesn't
I feel so
everybody-
attacked right now.
28.
I feel so attacked.
Doesn't
right now.
everybody? Yeah, I know. Everybody goes through that, I think. Honestly, the whole like her leaving because she figures out that he's still in love with Helen Hunt. I feel like she should have left because she saw him fucking freak out and attack this dude. And she's heard all these stories about how he's the extreme. He's obviously unstable, dude. Bill Paxton's character.
Yeah,
has some
classic
blues.
bipolar disorder, right?
I'm telling you, her real reason for exiting should have been like, "Oh, you're a fucking douche.
You're
I'm
a
outta
classically
here."
you're a classically trained therapist specializing in sexual reproduction, and you see this dude freaking go off, and you've never seen that happen before. Like, I'm out.
Yep, you're not gonna be the father of my kids. Fuck you, motherfucker.
But in
She
the
should have gotten
scene
with
where
Dusty.
in the scene, or yeah, he should have. But in the scene where she's like twirling this
So
giant fucking rock of a fucking ring around her finger right before the big tornado hits them at the movie theater and all that stuff.
it's already here.
It was so just, I don't know, societary commentary about, oh, he loves me. Look at the size of this ring.
That's not love. That's money.
Wow.
Yeah, she
got over
really
that real
grounded the
fast.
movie.
One of the notes I actually had to talk about was their breakup scene. So stupid. They were just like, "Hey, you're awesome. You're awesome. This isn't gonna work. Bye."
Yeah,
And
her
like, I love
departing
you.
line of "I always know my way home." I was like, "That's your exit line." Come on, Michael Crichton. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, what? So, like, the therapist doesn't know that she's fucked up and has to figure out her way home. I mean, like for me, that was gold. I mean, it was like,
Joe over here defending.
you got this far down the fucking pipe, put this motherfucker's ring on your finger, believed he was going to marry you when he still loved his ex, and then are disappointed when it works out just like you thought it was. Like, thank you, classical education.
Thank you. And thank you, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Thank
for,
God, dude. That guy is amazing in this movie. R.I.P.
Ben just yawned in our show.
I did. His role in this is unsatisfying. No, I'm just kidding. This really launched him. You know, he was a douche in School Ties, and then another douche in a movie we've already covered. Click the link here. Talented Mr. Ripley. But then he got a chance to be this kind of cool stoner, although never really, like 96, you did not have the freedom to allude to people smoking weed and still being white. Couldn't do that unless they were total fucking degenerates. It's taken 20 years to get past that. But this guy obviously is a fucking stoner, listening to Deep Purple, not on the soundtrack.
Why has he got to be a Why has he got to be a stoner, man? Why can't he just be high on life? I mean, you're out there chasing death every day.
Wait.
True.
You guys are both white. 96. In 96.
DNA test is still out.
I haven't got my results back yet.
So I know
the statement you're making is erroneous. Erroneous on both counts.
I know for a fact what you two were doing in 96. It was smoking weed and not crushing shit. And
that's not true.
What?
Not true at all. Ben was smoking lots of weed, and I wasn't, and crushing lots of other stuff.
No, I definitely was in 1996, but
I didn't even start smoking weed until I got married. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, mine was way late in life too. You don't know shit, Russ. You don't fucking know me.
I know, right?
You don't know me.
Tell me how to live my life, junkie.
You guys didn't smoke weed, and never mind.
I didn't smoke weed in 1996. Not at all.
Hey,
nope. I was graduating high school. No, it was at least 2 years.
My mind does not get blown very often.
Your mind's blowing right now. Yeah, no, I didn't smoke weed until I got married.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
Suck on that.
That's crazy to me.
All right. We gotta get through him. Joey Slotnick was the bitter beer face guy. I always hoped he'd do a little bit more. We don't need to go on him. Jeremy Davies, Upham, is in this movie. Does Spielberg give him the role in Saving Private Ryan based upon his part in this?
Absolutely.
Probably not.
Hey,
absolutely.
Wait, let me interrupt you for a second here.
Thank God.
When I did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I went really in depth in actors. And should I have done that?
No, it ruined the entire show.
Let's just skip the rest. Fuck these people.
No, some of these are good. Carrie Elway's driver, Zach Grenier, always going to be the boss from Fight Club to me.
Carrie Elway's driver.
Yep. Gary,
it was bad. That actually was like a good connection for me in this movie.
Which one? The Fight Club boss?
The connection between fuck, I can't remember his name because I drank too much, but he died. Bill Paxton and Carrie Elways over the radio. Look, dude, you can hear me. Turn around. You're gonna fucking die. And homeboy, turns the radio off, and then of course they die. And I was like, it was a good little segue into the community. Like, yes, these guys go out and tempt death all the time, but nobody's looking for the other guy to die.
There's no I in team.
I mean, technically in the A, there's a little void and then an I.
There's another movie that has a scene really similar to that where like something kills someone through the windshield or whatever, and it's so much more disturbing.
Final Destination 2?
Yeah.
where it's a fucking log. Yeah, fuck yeah, that
No,
movie's fucked up.
not the log.
Lethal Weapon 2
No. It's Final
with the
Destination.
Lethal Weapon
surfboard.
3,
Lethal
It's
Weapon
Final
3 with the
Destination,
surfboard. You're right,
but
man.
the
You're
Lethal Weapon
right.
4.
Oh, is it
Golf
4
club.
with the surfboard?
I think it's
it's
Lethal Weapon 5,
No,
and it was a
fucking
dildo.
suck a dick.
it's
Jesus
Final
Christ.
Destination. I think it's number 2, and
Right in pink.
the chick has like a PVC pipe behind her
Oh
head,
yeah,
and the fire department is there to get her out of the car, and they got the jaws of life, and they're gonna put him in the door, and they jam him in the door right after making a joke about like, oh hey, get ready, and she's like flips him off, says something like fuck you. Right when they hit the door with the jaws of life, it sets off the airbag. The airbag pushes her face back, and she goes back into the PVC pipe, and it goes through her head. So fucked up. So fucked up.
spoilers. What the fuck?
Dude, the original movie is why I don't drive behind log trucks. Fact.
That
All
is
right, I
the
just got 2 more
reason.
I want to hit on.
Fact.
2 more.
Fact. All right.
Patrick Fischler. He's with the bad guy team. I call him Eyebrows. He's the dean's assistant in Old School. Do you guys remember Old School at all? You should.
Vaguely.
That movie's phenomenal. He's got this role on Mad Men where he plays the owner of Utz Chips. And he does this fucking breakdown where he's trying to do a commercial and he just starts ridiculing this fat lady. Dude, his
That is
acting.
the one. That is the
That
one.
is.
That is so
Isn't that,
fucking
dude, that
good.
sticks
It's
with
so
he is
fucking good.
so pitch perfect as just like going crazy. I always think of him from that exact scene. I'm like, that was some really great acting.
Dude,
Why doesn't this guy get more roles?
I love that series. I love his role in that moment. Like, I mean, fantastic. Fucking
That's
fantastic.
Chips. Last but not least, Anthony Rapp. Anthony Rapp, guys. You guys know who this is?
Who the fuck is that?
Well, look it up because he's the guy who broke the story about Kevin Spacey being a pedophile. He's in this
Boom.
movie, and
He's in movies that Rent.
that's right. He's in a
Dazed and
lot of movies,
Confused.
This guy is the one who put Spacey out there, and Spacey had to go, "What? I'm sorry."
I thought I. Okay, I'm going off of drunk guy's memory. I'm double fisting tonight, by
Okay.
the way. I've got both these things, but I thought the guy who outed Kevin Spacey was like William Dafoe's son or something.
I don't think so.
It was another famous actor's son, I thought. Whatever. Tell us about your made up story.
Well, I just this guy has gotten a bit of notoriety in the last decade. Has it been a decade? It's probably been longer. Anything after 1990 is just a couple days ago in my memory. So, broke the news, outed Kevin Spacey, and really like started such a crazy time in the Me Too moment that has kind of passed, kind of lingered. It's morphed into something else, but was really a guy to stand up and be like, Me Too isn't just about Harvey Weinstein. It's about all these motherfuckers who think that they've got power and can do whatever they want. Just
I was trying to
fucking
make a
nuts.
joke about the guy who didn't hang himself, but I can't find his name.
Okay. Abraham Ben Ruby, Parker Lewis can't lose. Okay, that's my last one.
Parker Lewis can't lose. That's brutal.
Hell yeah, you
Funny.
wore the trench coat and always had gadgets for Parker Lewis. I wish he would have been in more. Regardless, what does the idea of a tornado as a bad guy in the movie? At some point, they just start making the tornadoes to be like bad guys who are sneaking up on them. And it takes it to another level. I would say that drops it like a full letter grade. By the time you're to tornado number 6, it's like, seriously, dude, the tornado has snuck up on you at the drive-in?
I mean, I would believe it. I would believe it. Honestly. I mean, so I've lived through a tornado, right?
What? This guy's fucking so crazy.
I mean,
Where did
whatever,
we
guys.
find him?
I have lived specifically through 2 times in my life. I can specifically recall being in a tornado. All right. So I recall
I can
looking out in my front yard, and we were hanging out and playing and doing whatever. And out of no fucking where, legitimately, the sky above us started twirling around and twisting. And my mom comes out and says, "Get inside." And we go down, and thankfully it didn't land on us or even
She come out like
near
Philip
us.
Seymour Hoffman, and she was like, "It's coming!"
Absolutely, it's coming right for us. You know, and it's Mother Nature. Like, I mean, that's the part that kind of gets overshadowed in this movie. Is there is no prediction, there is no getting away from it. Like it's the world we live in. It's coming regardless.
No,
it's hot and cold fronts, right? Mixing up.
Let me fight Joe on this. Let me fight Joe. I want to fight him.
Come on, fight me.
And
fight.
Joe, you and I, Ben will have to be the mediator. We've done a lot of drinking, so we both are going to say some stupid things because you already said at least.
I haven't
that's
done
fair.
any.
That's fair. I'm down.
Believe it or not.
Not.
I think what Ben's point was the volume of tornadoes that just seems to be there. And yes, I get your point. You grew up in this place. I've never experienced it. Yeah, a couple tornadoes happened in your lifetime. That's totally tragic and crazy and unpredictable. But in a 24-hour period to experience 8, what the fuck? That's such bullshit.
Dude, in the southern
Don't
Midwest.
you defend them, Joe?
No, fuck that, dude. I will absolutely all day long, because in the southern Midwest United States, this absolutely wipes entire towns off the fucking map with no warning.
All the time. Have you ever been to Wakita, Russ?
No, because it's gone.
Point to Joe.
Every town,
Point to Joe.
Every town in Oklahoma is pretty much wiped out within a week's period, and they just rebuild.
All right,
constantly.
I mean, tornadoes. And they do, and that's part of living in that part of the country, which is why I live in.
Don't, Joe.
They do. They do. These people go back and they rebuild
every week. What do you?
No, I mean, so every fucking town doesn't get hit every fucking year for tornado season, Russ. I mean, you know, I mean, it's tornado season.
Some do, though. Some do. What's it called? Do. Tornado Alley? Cyclone Alley?
Tornado Alley, Cyclone Alley, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, no, I mean, like, move, motherfuckers. But Detroit's plenty of example of why people don't move. I mean, you know, it's Detroit. But yes, no, it's a fact, dude.
It's the winners.
People get fucking wiped out. They rebuild. You know, you can buy. I can't buy tornado insurance in California, but people out there can buy tornado insurance.
I did. Huh?
I mean, you do you, boo.
Hey, Ben.
All right, last question of the show. Last question. Last question of the show. We got tornadoes. We got burritos with hot sauce. What else can you apply the Fujita scale to?
Nothing. But I got one more thing I want to talk about. Wait,
what's
you
that?
You mean the thing that like fucks up your butt?
Yeah, the paint job instigator.
I actually got a lot of things.
The full paint job.
I got a lot of things.
Anything
involving milk.
It was the fat man in the captain's hat.
Basically,
right.
If it's got too much fat in it, that's
well. If it isn't the bus driver.
Hey, shout out to that show that never went anywhere.
Absolutely, dude.
I gotta say, the first thing that made me laugh legit after my wife not caring about the husband, and after me telling you guys, I've actually watched this movie twice this year. Who else can say that? Those made me laugh. But when Bill Paxton finds out that there's another guy who's like his nemesis that built
Yeah.
the same thing, and it's you see it going through his face, and he's getting pissed off. You're getting pissed off with him, and he's on the other side of the road, and he's talking to a bunch of reporters or whatever, and he's like, "I'm gonna charge across this road," and you're sitting there like, "Oh, fucking fight!" He's gonna punch him in the face, and he walks up to him after all this buildup, and he hits his hat off his head, and he's like, "You stole my idea," and it's just like,
no. He should have knocked him the fuck out. That would have been
dude,
so much better. I agree.
I don't
I
know
agree.
anyone who would have not punched him in the face.
Yeah, no,
Come
I
on,
know
dude. You
a lot
knock
of-
that
he
guy
shoulda-
head off. You
he
make him look
shoulda-
so ridiculous. You look so ridiculous without a hat. You stupid bastard. Your hat's on the ground getting dirty. You son of a bitch.
Unrealized, my friend.
Oh my God.
Unrealized. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that guy
I
would have
wrote,
been unconscious, twitching on the fucking curb,
Dude,
looking like an idiot.
my note was a third scientist, and then Bill Paxton just gives like a 2-minute speech of exposition to introduce who the fuck this dude is. Yeah. Thanks, Michael Crichton. Well, if you made it this far in the show, you know that we love movies and we love comments. Leave a comment and hit subscribe and share with your friends. And
Hey.
also,
We might even reply. Maybe.
I'm willing to make a wager.
probably.
No one will make it this far in the show. But if they do and they comment about it and they're
Dude,
not
you gotta
one of us,
believe in something. Fuck.
I'm believing it. I'm believing. I will give you a very expensive thing. I don't want to say it live because it involves my work, but you'll get taken care of. So
You'll get taken care of. Okay.
All right.
By the
So
way-
if you make it this far to qualify for Russell's giveaway, you have to say, "I made it.
it's true. Just say I
Give
made
me
it.
my shit, bitch."
Just say
You
I
gotta
made
name
it, and you'll get
every
some cool
actor we
shit.
discussed.
No. Just I made it. Give me my shit, bitch.
Also, our average rating was a CC plus.
Jesus Christ.
There you go.